Joining us now, Democratic Congressman Jake Auchincloss of Massachusetts. He is a member of the House Financial Services and Transportation and Infrastructure Committees. Congressman, it's great to have you with us, and I know you do want to talk about infrastructure, so we will do that. But first, let me ask you about this vote yesterday. I mean, what does it tell you that there are now only 2 Republicans who are willing to say we really need to investigate this, even though 10 were willing to say that President Trump needed to be impeached over what happened on that day?
They're choosing Trump over truth yet again. Sunlight's the best disinfectant. The American people deserve a transparent and full accounting of what happened on January 6th and how we can prevent an attack on our democracy in the future.
Congressman, do you think it's important for the Speaker to include a Republican on the Select Committee?
The Speaker extended her hand to Republicans in the first iteration of this bipartisan commission. They rejected that offer. And I have full confidence in her judgment on how to put together this committee so that it provides an objective reporting to the American people.
And if Republicans decide themselves not to participate, not to name people to try and turn their backs on this, what do you think that will say about them? I mean, there's still this question of whether they'll participate at all.
It'll speak to their own internal struggle to choose between Donald Trump and his incessant need for validation versus the best interests of the American people. But regardless, Democrats are going to move ahead. We are going to provide a full accounting, and we're going to provide recommendations to prevent these types of actions in the future. Same thing with infrastructure. We are going to move ahead with an infrastructure bill that provides for fixing roads and bridges, for upgrading transit, for expanding broadband. We welcome Republican participation and ideas, but we're not going to wait.
So, Congressman, to pick up on that, in terms of the infrastructure plan moving forward, are you confident and are Democrats confident that the votes will be there in the House to move forward on this 2-track solution, even if actually that very complicated dance does work out? I mean, there's already some concerns that I'm picking up from some moderates who are potentially worried about the overall price tag for the reconciliation package.
We've got a long summer of negotiations ahead, and this is going to be a tricky dismount to land. But we are going to pass an infrastructure bill. And I would focus less on the day-in, day-out processes because, as you said, it's complicated, and more on the policies that we're delivering to constituents. We're ensuring clean water for the next generation. We're ensuring access to jobs and services by upgrading transit. We're ensuring that kids are not doing their homework outside of McDonald's by upgrading broadband throughout the country. These are investments with strong bipartisan support in the American body politic, and we are going to deliver on them.
Do you have any concerns about Senator Joe Manchin and the way he's approached this process? He's really, in many ways, a one-man Senate that is going to determine the fate of all of this.
There's a lot of stakeholders, Senate, House, White House, involved in these negotiations. It is going to be a multifaceted process. My focus right now is on ensuring that the excellent infrastructure bill that we just passed in the House, which is making historic generational investments in transit and fixing our infrastructure and ensuring clean water, really become the nucleus of the Senate version of the bill. So there's a lot of people at the table right now, and I'm confident we're going to deliver a good end product.
Right. We talk a lot about the infrastructure packages on this 2-track solution, but I think it's very important to underscore that you are, in fact, doing so much in the bill that you just passed and in the other standard ways in which Congress addresses infrastructure. Congressman Jake Auchincloss, thank you very much for getting up early with us. We really appreciate it. We hope you'll